Hey everyone, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about Ecuador, and more specifically cannabis licenses, which come for a small investment in a fast process and offering infinite opportunities. So the increasingly large global industry of legalized cannabis creates a foundation for opportunity where new gaps are appearing for companies and individuals to exploit market demands. While we've covered this sector in some detail on our blog in the past, if you follow that you may have already seen it, there's always new information to share and details that emerge with new legislation that make opportunities that seemed vague a few months ago extremely realistic and exhibiting exciting potential. Latin America is an example of the fast-paced environment that defines legalized cannabis, with countries recognized the world over such as Uruguay, where pioneering relaxation of cannabis legislation set the groundwork for global development in the industry. One such nation following this example is Ecuador, where there's a promising landscape for the commercialization of legal cannabis and its byproducts, and today we'll take a specific focus on the cannabis licenses on offer there and why they could be a good investment for you. The Ecuadorian legalized cannabis industry is extremely dynamic, demonstrated in recent years where development has been constant following the approval of new regulations in 2020. These regulations will see the introduction of 7 licenses allowing for different types of cannabis cultivation, and you'll be able to see these on the screen now. So the first one is for the importation and commercialization of hemp seeds and cuttings. The second is for sowing and production of hemp seeds and cuttings. The third is for hemp cultivation. The fourth is for industrial hemp cultivation. The fifth is for hemp processing and production of hemp derivatives. The sixth is for plant breeding and or germplasm banks and research. And the seventh and final option is for the acquisition of derivatives and or biomass or hemp flour. So it's clear that in less than a year, the barriers to cannabis access have been largely removed. Just by observing this list, it's evident that industrial cannabis in the form of hemp is encouraged through these licenses. And if you're involved in the sector, perhaps investment in Ecuador could be the answer to sustainable hemp cultivation, as it's both legal and also viable. Not only this, but it's also possible to hold more than one license concurrently, providing multiple avenues for investment, and with more available combinations that comes with the more licenses you obtain, the potential returns on any investments only increase exponentially. So what we've just said is extremely exciting, however it's possible it's a bit daunting as well. Holding multiple licenses could leave room for confusion depending on which operational stages your business intends to take care of. And this is where the Undersecretary of Agricultural Production in Ecuador comes in. So it was stated that companies that want to be involved in every step of cannabis production from growing to exporting can seek the third license that we outlined above, and that they have no need for any others. So unless the hemp is for humans or animals, in which case you also need to have license number 5 as well. But this is an interesting idea as it simplifies the process so long as you can prove your business plan and in essence make it clear why you need such a broad permission in a relatively young market such as this. So a significant factor for any investor is the costs involved in their projects and the potential returns that could come from it. So allowing you to weigh up investments for their viability in the near and long-term future, you can now see on the screen a cost breakdown of each of the licenses on offer in Ecuador. So license 1 is $1,000 as is license 2. License 3 can be between $1,500 and $3,000 depending on the land area that you're going to be using. And this same factor is taken into account for the fourth license, which is between $375 and $875. License 5 is $3,000, license 6 is $1,000, and license 7 is $40,000. So there's a significant variation between the cost of each license. So it is indeed a wide range of prices, and there are renewal costs, yet all of these are in line with what could be expected for the variety of licenses that are on offer and also what's permitted under them. In terms of price compared to return, it's been stated that every 10,000 hectares of land cultivated for industrial hemp in Ecuador could return upwards of $300 million, which demonstrates potential on a large scale. However, if you're interested in the more personal scale, the hemp industry in Ecuador is growing, as though demand from local and regional populations is rising, which is an interesting thing to take into account when we look at the fact that there are around 110,000 consumers in the nation at the moment, and so there is a lot of room for further growth, especially with industrial hemp, which evidently extends beyond personal consumptions of cannabis-derived products. So if you feel this could be the right move for your company, please get in touch with us today. Our contact information is on the screen now and also in the description of this video. And while we're talking about that, please leave a like on the video, comment below with what you'd like us to talk about next week. But until then, thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.